Alright, so I'm an idiot, and for some reason I recorded this part in a time lapse. At the end of the last video, you may have heard some like squelching noises coming from the engine bay when I stopped. So what I did is I also changed the oil. And in the video I stopped and I recognized it. I found where it's coming from. As you can see, this O-ring right here is chafed around the edges, which is causing a pressure leak in the cooling system. And this is down in the coolant bypass that goes from the side of the block, and it goes into the thermostat and water pump area. So I changed that out, and here I'm just cleaning up the surface. I think the next parts of this video aren't in time-lapse. Oh yeah, guys, I almost forgot to mention, since I'm going to be racing this thing, I'm going to need a bucket seat to go along with it. So I just got this brand new bucket seat. I got everything down here back together, the inlets back together. It was a big, huge pain in the ass to get on, to get this on, the hoses. So, yeah, this is all back together to get the gasket on, get the bolts in, get it all in. It was a pain in the ass. This power steering pump would not get the hell out of the way. But next things next is this thermostat needs to be replaced. Ooh, the what? What? No, what? No, hold on. Excuse me. I don't know about you, but I don't see a thermostat in here. What? What? Bro, that is the biggest plot there's no thermostat in there. No, I am beyond bewildered on this shit. There's no thermostat in there. Alright, so I got a Napa branded thermostat. And I also got a Mazda branded gasket. So my dad just came out to be nosy, but I didn't want to record with him here, obviously. But we got the thermostat back in. That's all good. Filled up the radiator using this funnel. You just put in there the bleeding kit. So you put the stopper in there, and when you're done, you just put it in the coolant and drop it in. So I gotta put all this brackets back together, the intake, some tubes, wires, whatever. So I'm just do that quickly, and I'll be back when that's back. Aim it in the Okay, so we got all the power steering pump and everything back together. As you can see, we pulled the top radiator hose out. That's because I have something special that I wanna do to it. So if we go over to the workbench, since the Miata is known for having a very bad temperature gauge, I bought this Mishimoto inline temperature sensor as well as the glow shift. It says boost gauge, but that's very much not a boost gauge. That's a temperature sensor. So we're gonna have to cut open this hose right here, plop that in, and then put the temperature gauge sensor in. You know, we're just gonna fucking cut it open. They always say cut towards you, but like that's not easy. So
they never say cut.
I say cut towards you.
You're trying to do 2 layers at once.
I'm trying to stress it so it cuts better. It's funny because I work for humans too.
Start insulting us.
No, I have morals. Only when it comes to tubing. I'm gonna be honest. I think the 30 mil would have worked for this. Could look a little bit better, but you know, it's what air. All right, we'll do a quick test fit, see if it still fits on good. Yeah, just like, yeah. Forehand, there's a little bit there, but that should be no big issue. And we got the M in there, inline water temp sense. Pretty good. All right, so it's been way too long between the parts. As you can see, I'm not in my typical blue working on cars uniform. But I did get the entirety of the gauge all wired up. As you can see, we have the Mishimoto inline temp. We got the black wire that just goes around to the ground. I tapped it into the horn bolt. This one goes all the way up through the engine bay, kind of through the fender, through the firewall. And we have the gauge up here, and it just kind of runs up through the door. Now, I don't know how well you'll see this, but as you can see, we just have some fuse taps to get power from. So yeah, that's basically the gauge setup. It's nothing too fancy. a lot of exposed wire, which I kind of need to deal with. But I need to figure out what to do with the gauge. For now, I think I'm just gonna get some like double-sided tape, or I use this like Velcro or something to hold the mounts for my Hot Wheels collection on my wall, so I might use that. But I plan on getting some sort of gauge pod in the future. I really don't know what I'm getting. But anyways, I'm gonna put the intake back on, open up the garage doors, put the funnel in the radiator, and bleed the cooling system, since obviously I had to take it apart. Alright, as you might be able to hear, it's running behind me, and it's not ticking. But it did tick real bad on startup. That's because there was no oil in the lifters. But she's running pretty good now. Coolant's like bubbling out a little bit. No big deal. I think I'm gonna end off this video here with a running, driving Miata. Oh, and let me show you the gauge first. So I was getting worried because this one was going up, but this one wasn't. But now it's sitting right about where you want it to be. You can also change colors. Well, I'm gonna set it to red because red means fast. Ah man, can't use that then. Nice white, that's nice. Anyways, that's gonna be all for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So glad to get this video out.